What's up guys, it's Bye here with another Rise of Kingdoms videos. Kingsland is gonna be open very soon for my KvK here. It's gonna be open in 1 day and 15 hours. With Kinglands being open very soon, I will be revealing with you guys my 5 marches setup for the KvK. As at the same time, you can say it's the most updated 5 marches setup for March 2021. So stay tuned. There are going to be a lot of information I'll be telling you guys. So let's go right into it here. So most of you guys already know that I am an infantry focused player. I am still like a big fan of running 5 infantry march setup when it comes to the big open field fighting. So my first setup is gonna be 5 infantry marches. Okay, so first one on the list I will be running, it's gonna be Guanyu and Alex. So this gonna be my fastest infantry marches commander pairing right here. Both Guanyu and Alex have a infantry march speed bonus. I think Guanyu can have where's the march speed bonus for Guanyu? Okay, so right here, infantry unit led by the commander gain 30% increased attack and 15% increased march speed bonus. So 15% march speed bonus right there for Guan Yu, and 30% increased march speed bonus here from Alex as well. So this commander pairing right here, I have a total of 45% march speed bonus from Z2 commander alone. If I want to increase a little bit more march speed, I can definitely adding in some more like windswept equipments or some of the accessories that give more march speed bonus. But this gonna be my fastest infantry commander pairing. Just in case I had to chase down after someone, right? Sometimes you had to chase down after some of the enemy marches. It's better to have at least one of your marches attacking on the target than to have none of your marches attacking on the target, right? Sometimes you try to spread it out and you're equally slow. So it's better to have one very fast infantry marches in case you have to chase down on someone. So Guan Yu and Alex is gonna be my number one marches there. The third march gonna be my favorite OG commander pairing here. It's gonna be Charmertel and YSG. Very high survivability, pretty fast as well with the 20% increased march speed bonus from Charmertel. And very nice AoE skill damage from YSG as well. And like you can hide YSG behind Charmertel, and they just perform extremely well. Like I always get very good trade off from this commander pairing right here. Uh, Next one is gonna be so for Guan Yu and Alex, I'm gonna be using T5. Charmatel and YZ also using T5 as well. The next one is gonna be Richter and Flap, but I am gonna be using T4 for this commander pairing right here because Richter is very tanky. He can take in a lot of damages and he can do very well with just T5 on T4 only. So this one is gonna be my debuff marches here for infantry, and because like one of the reason I want to use T4 is not because like I cannot afford to pay the resource cost for healing. It's because I want it to be a little bit faster because Richter is very slow, and if you are running like T5 infantry, you're just too slow, and sometimes you're not gonna be able to attack on the target. So and there are no infantry march speed bonus from this commander pairing right here. So I want to be like, oh, okay, at least it's not too far behind from like Guanyu and Alex or like Charmatel and YSG. That's the reason why I am using T4. It's not because I cannot afford to pay the bill, just because I want a little bit extra march speed bonus there from using T4 infantry. And they do just as good as using T5, trust me. So that is my third march. It's right there. For my fourth march, I'm gonna be using the two best support commander right now. Some might think that Mulan is better, but I'm gonna stick with my Constantine and Joan of Arc here. Joan of Arc rage engine for my other 4 marches gonna be crucial when it comes to a mass open field fighting. I want to be able to provide that a rage engine so that my other marches can catch the skill very fast. So like Joan of Arc like buff is just like very crucial, and especially with the most recent fightings that like the support commander can only buff up to 5 marches only. So there is no, I would say there no reason. I would say there's no reason to be like, oh, maybe someone else gonna bring Joan of Arc and I'm gonna be benefit from it. It's not gonna happen. So I'm gonna be bringing my own Joan of Arc here as well as Constantine. So Zit March gonna be using T5. So Constantine is definitely a little bit faster than Richter, and he's get target a lot as well. So bringing T5 can definitely help him last a little bit longer on the open field. Though it does come with a very very big, I mean, bill like healing cost. Um, because if you have used Constantine before, you know like he go down pretty fast because people target him. People know that okay, this guy gonna be using Constantine Joan of Arc or most likely, and the support commander is too good. Gotta take them out quickly. So that is the reason why. So and my fifth infantry march is gonna be Leo and Sunzu using um probably maybe actually T5 because I do not have enough T4. If I have enough T4 infantry, I will most likely go be using T4 for this commander pairing. But I only have around like 500,000 T4 right now, and I'm gonna be using 50% army expansion. So it's not possible for me right now to run like a full T4 march, a T4 unit on this commander pairing right here. But like if I could manage to train more like T4 infantry, I would definitely using T4 infantry on this march commander pairing right here. But unfortunately, I do not have more than like 700,000 T4 Legionnaire. I only have about like 500,000, which is only enough for one marches, which is for Richter and Alto flat here. So like, why do I want to use it commander pairing? In my last KvK, I am actually using Leo and Mulan because I want to provide more support buff for my allies. But after like we find out that like the support commander can only provide up to maximum 5 marches only, it's kind of like it makes Sunzu is a much better choice in my opinion. Sunzu can provide very nice AoE skill damage, very good rage engine. The skill damage here work both like 20% skill damage work for both commanders. Leo can deal pretty good AoE skill damage as well. This commander pairing right here can do an amazing. Both commander can deal extremely high amount of AoE skill damage. Very good rage engine from both commanders. I expect this pair can cast a lot of AoE skill damage, which can give me a lot more kills on the open field right here. And against a little bit more tanky as well. Like Leo is not as sustainable as some other commander like Charmatel or Richter because he doesn't have any heal. So like giving him Sunzu will definitely give him that extra survivability there because Sunzu also provides that extra 10% damage reduction plus 10% increase in health for infantry as well. So that got be my final 5 marches setup for infantry. So like I will most likely be sticking with this setup initially when Kingsland open because I think there gonna be a lot of fighting going on. And it might be even at the start of when the KvK first open, when the Kingsland first open, I think there will be like back and forth, people gonna keep fighting. And I don't think I will find myself be in the situation where I had to chase down after the enemy very frequently. So that is the 5 infantry march setup. Okay, so that is if I want to stick with like 5 infantry going on. And a lot of you guys know that I've told you guys before that I also invested in Saladin so that I can run 1 cavalry march at KvK as well. And I will be using Saladin as well. So this is my first option here. First option, and I think I will most likely stick with it for the very first, I don't know, probably first 1 or 2 hours when Kingsland open. I think I will not need to be chasing down after the enemy very frequently. So this could be my initial setup. In case like if I see that okay, if I find myself that I am chasing down the enemy a lot, then maybe I'm gonna take out one of the infantry marches, which brings us to the next setup that I will be using. So the next setup that I will be using is going to be 4 infantry marches and 1 cavalry marches setup, right? So I will be taking out my Guan Yu, my Leo and Sunzu. One reason is that my Leo is not very good skill right here. 5-5-4-2. So Like I want to take him out. Like maybe if he have better skill, I might use him instead of maybe Richard. We'll see. But for now, because his skill is not optimized, so I'm gonna be taking him out. So Leo and Sunzu is gonna be stay in the back seat, and we're gonna be bringing in Saladin and Takeda, and I'm gonna be running T5 cavalry. With it, I will also want to show you guys some of the testing that I've done. Why did I decide to use Saladin and Takeda? So this is the testing that I've done. I would try multiple, like I think 3 option, like 3 different combination here. So initially I want to run Saladin Mulan, option number 1, Saladin Mulan, Grand Alex, Charm Martel, YSG, Richard, Ethelflaed, Constantine, and Joan. So this was my option number 1 for its running 4 infantry and 1 cavalry marches here. So I did some testing, and the final result is what I want to see, what the unit remaining at the end. So I did 3 test runs, and the total unit left from all 3 marches at the end was 869,844, and it took about like around 3 minutes 4 seconds to finish, to like swarming down 1 marches there. And option number 2 is Saladin, Takeda, Grand Alex, Charmatel YSG, Richard, Ethelflaed, Constantine, and Joan. So that was my option number 2. And I also run 3 tests as well. The time remaining pretty much the same. Like sometimes it's faster, sometimes it's slower. Like it's not a big difference there, but the amount of troop remaining was a lot higher. So it has 903,871 unit left there when it comes to like how much unit remaining I have left, which is very, very good. I think one of the reasons why it's worked a lot better, I think because Takeda also bringing that survivability with Saladin. Takeda can provide more heal, so that one of the reasons why I have more unit remaining here. And like when it comes to like open field fighting, I like to have my marches last a little bit longer on the open field. So this is pretty good. So that was option number 2. Option number 3 that I want to test it out was using Saladin and Ethelflaed. I think this pairing can work very, very well together. So Saladin, Ethelflaed, Grandu, and Alex, Charmatel, YSG again. But this time I'm using Richard and Mulan, and Constantine and Joan. So Richard, Mulan, Constantine, and Joan here, and Saladin, Ethelflaed. This proven to be a pretty solid option as well. And if you don't have very, very good high skill Mulan, I can definitely recommend you to use Richard and Sunzu. And also 3 test run right here. It take a little bit longer. Here to take down the target, because I am bringing an actual support, right? So I'm bringing Mulan now, and I am taking out one of the DPS. So that is one of the reasons why it takes like a little bit longer, 3 minutes and 10 seconds, 3 minutes 14 seconds here, and 2 minutes and 5 seconds. So a little bit longer to sum it down. But the amount of unit remaining is pretty high as well. I can see right here, like 895,000 compared to 903,000. Not like a huge difference comparing to the initial one. So like if you do not have a expertise Takeda, like Saladin, Ethelflaed can be very, very good choice. You can also use Richard Mulan, or you can use Richard and Sunzu. That is other alternative I would recommend. But again, so I'm going with the best of the best, which is Saladin, Takeda, Grand Alex, Charmatel, YSG, Richard, Ethelflaed, Constantine, and Joan, which is what I am showing right here in window capture, which is what I'm showing right here in my 5 market setup right here. Another good thing about using like Saladin and Takeda is that in the open field, like Takeda have very, very high defense and good damage reduction as well. And I think he can definitely work a lot better than Saladin and Ethelflaed, because Ethelflaed doesn't provide a lot of like defense reduction, but Ethelflaed provide a very, very good debuff, like very, very nice debuff. I would still like be using her for a long. I can still see myself using Ethelflaed for a very, very long time, I think. I think like anybody should be using Airto Flat for their 5 market setup because her debuff is just amazing. So this is gonna be my final 5 market setup in case I need to run an actual KvK marches here. So like if I feel like okay, we are putting a lot of pressure on the enemy and the enemy often like pull back a lot, so we pushing on them, right? Imagine when you fight in KvK in Kingsland, sometimes when you like outnumber the enemy, a lot of time you gotta find yourself like pressing on the enemies and they pull back, they chase, they run away, right? And for like an infantry focused player like myself, it's very difficult for me to chase after the target if they keep running back to their territory. So Saladin is what I'm gonna be using so that he can debuff on the marches that I'm targeting so that it cannot get away. So that is the key for using Saladin Takeda here. So that gonna be my second alternative. 4 infantry marches and 1 cavalry marches here for Z KvK. March 21st, March 2021. So I'm gonna show you guys some of the equipment I'll be using on my setup as well. So first, let's talk about Saladin. For Saladin and Takeda, I'm gonna be using Windswap on my Saladin here. Mostly blue equipment with some green equipment here. And I'll probably gonna be using one of those silent trial on Silent Takeda as well. If I'm gonna be using my cavalry. For infantry, so for if I'm using Leo, right? So Leo is very slow, just as slow as Richard. So I definitely want to give him a lot more march speed bonus there. So he'll definitely has the full windswept gears. Wind Skirt is a must-have on him as well. And I'll probably gonna be using another piece of silent trial, probably on him. So 4 pieces of windswept, a Karak humility here, wind skirt, silent trial, and I'm using the gatekeeper shield. More health. I'm not gonna be using one of these Sacred Buki here unless I don't have any weapon on me. For my Gwen and Alex, my Gwen and Alex is a little squishy, right? So I will definitely be using the legendary Hope Cloak on him instead of the Quinso. I'm gonna be using the legendary Eternal Empire on him as well, so give him a little bit more defense there. So that will like 26 more defense, infantry defense right there from those 2 pieces of legendary equipment. Very much needed for Guanyu and Alex on the open field because they go down very fast. So that with that extra 20% will definitely help my Gwen and Alex last probably 5 to 10% longer on the open field right there. I'm gonna be using like more. I'm gonna be using the set brutality on him as well. Gave him another extra like 7% defense there. And for the boots, I think I'm gonna stick with my I think I'm gonna stick with one of the equipment here, which is the Scarlet Health, which gave 4% more health defense with special talent. So like Wanyu and Alex gotta be a little bit more tankier there, last longer, because they already very fast already. So I do not need to have I do not need to use Windswept on them, but I am still gonna be using a Windscar on them as well to give them that extra march speed bonus in case I need to chase down the enemy. I'm gonna be using the Ancient Stackament on my Guanyu as well to give him that extra troop capacity against. I want him to last longer on the open field there, so definitely give him more troop capacity. That is the equipment on my Guanyu that I will be using. Richard, same equipment as my Leo, full 4-piece windswap. Probably gonna try to use one of the accessory, give him the march speed bonus. Most likely gonna be the Call of the Loyal. So him gonna be a little bit faster. I do not need extra more. I do not need a lot more defense on him or more attack on him because Richard and Airto Flat is gonna be my main debuff. So that is what I'm gonna be using them for. Like I don't need them to kill a lot of like enemies. I need them just to debuff so that my other pairings can do DPS. So that is the main purpose for Richard and Airto Flat there. So 4P windswap. One of the extra march speed bonus, which is a Corpse Loyal, and probably either a silent trial, probably. So yeah, So that is gonna be the equipment on my Richter there. Chromatel. Chromatel, I'm gonna be using two piece of windsurf, which is a helmet, windsurf helmet, and the windsurf boots here. And the rest remain the same. The Quinso with special talent, set brutality, and the Karak humility with the special talent as well. I'm gonna be using the Delayed Amulet, and I'm gonna be using another Call of the Loyals on him. If I can craft another, if I can craft another Windscar, I'll probably gonna be using a Windscar on him as well to give him more March speed bonus there. So that is the equipment on my Charmatel. So for my Constantine, right? Like he get target a lot. Like if I got two more piece of legendary equipment, I would definitely use the helmet and the hope cloak on him. But because I only have a two piece of legendary equipment here, and I had to pick either using them on my Constantine or my Guan Yu. Guan Yu getting target a lot more, so definitely putting the legendary equipment on Guan Yu here. And I'm just gonna be using probably Windswept as well. Probably Windswept as well because they are support commanders, so they need to be a little bit faster. So Windswept helmet. Probably four. I think I'm gonna be using like 4 piece of Windswept or 2 piece of Windswept. I think. And definitely, I'm definitely gonna try to craft another piece of accessory here to get that March speed bonus for infantry here. So definitely at least 2 piece of windswept or 4. I think I'm gonna go with 4 piece of windswept on my support commander here. Again, Constantine and Joan is gonna be my main support there. And again, right, if you cannot attack on a target, you cannot provide that buff. So if you choose slow, you cannot attack on anybody. So you need that March speed bonus so that you can hit on you can chase down on the target pretty much. Let me check on my equipment here. Can I craft another Windscar or no? Accessory here. I have the blueprint. I have the blueprint for the Windscar, but I don't think I have enough equipment here. I don't have enough materials. Hopefully in the next day or so, I might be able to get enough. Maybe. Finger crossed, guys. I need another Windscars. But yeah. So those could be my setup for KvK March 2021. Let me know. Let me know in the comment section if you guys have any other suggestions that you might think of might work better for me. I might try to do some testing on them as well. But my current setup right here, like, I've done quite a lot of testing already, and I am pretty happy with this setup right here. So let's recap again. If I'm gonna be using 4 infantry marches, so it's gonna be Guan, Alex, Charmatel, YSG, Richter, Flat, Constantine, Joan of Arc, and Thaden and Takeda. And I'm not using my Mulan. Even though I have expertise Mulan, I am still gonna be using my Constantine and Joan. Unfortunately, Mulan performance is not very good. And not as good as comparing to Joan, to be honest. And that is gonna be my 4 infantry, 1 cavalry march setup. And if I had to run 5 infantry, it's gonna be Leo and Sunzu. I think Leo and Sunzu are gonna perform very well. Like I can't wait. I can't wait to try out this 5 marches setup right here when the Kingsland first open here. 5 infantry marches going inside Kingsland like a boss here. And we'll see what the result gonna be. We'll see how much kill we'll be able to get when Kingsland open in a day and 15 hours, guys. So I'll be doing a live stream as well when our Kingsland open. So if you're interested to see how I fight in Kingsland, tune in. It's gonna be open at 11:30 UTC on Sunday. Until then, take care and thanks again for watching the video, guys.